Hi, everybody. Long time no talk. For those of us that joined us on our special Region Weather Live last night to track those storms through the area, want to say I hope your day was well. The rest of us, I hope the rest of your weekend went well. It's Region Weather meteorologist Matt Wintz with our Sunday night Region Weather Live. We've got quite a bit to talk about tonight in terms of storm systems that are coming our way. We've got a real good shot at rain early this week. Another system we'll watch as we approach next weekend. And then there's some heat in the forecast where we may be talking some of the warmest temps of the season so far. You'd expect that though as we get into May. So we'll talk about that and more in this Sunday evening edition of Region Weather Live. And welcome into the Sunday edition of Region Weather Live. Hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. I know we had kind of a rocky day yesterday with some of those showers and thunderstorms that are pushing through, but much calmer today, a little bit cooler, but I think we'll take it, things kind of leveling out in terms of the way the atmosphere is going to behave temperature-wise. No more, 80s and 40s or whatever we were dealing with. And I don't see any snow in the forecast either. I think that's a good thing. So first things first, want to thank our sponsors. As always, want to thank Tiger Plumbing. Fantastic plumbers in Northwest Indiana. They've been in business for over 30 plus years right here in the region. So if you have a plumbing problem, which isn't very often, we had a leaky pipe in the bathroom probably, 3 or 4 months ago now. And I'll tell you what, it causes problems in a hurry when you're dealing with water that's not going to the right place. Tiger Plumbing's who you need to call. They will come out for free. They don't charge to come out and visit, especially with gas prices. That's surprising nowadays. So tigerplumbing.net, they'll come out, evaluate the problem, and help you out. We've had several Region Weather folks that have already used them, and they're very, very happy with them. And Tiger Plumbing's happy as well. Just a wonderful family-owned business. So give them a shout-out if you have any plumbing problems. All right, the other sponsor, Grieger's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. I like what they said. They have this new thing on their website that talks about not getting put in the elevator. When you go to a car dealership, you go with that low price that you saw in the newspaper or online, and then they say, well, you don't qualify for this. Okay, so your price goes up. They say, you don't qualify for this. Price goes up. And then they say, well, we've had some shipping fees or whatever it is. And then you're ending up paying $2,000 more than what you went in there for. The price that you see at Grieger's is the price that you get, and that's guaranteed. So Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Valparaiso area, head to Grieger's and make sure you tell them thank you for keeping the show for free. All right, let's talk weather, shall we? We've got a lot going on over the course of the week. It's a very active pattern, and what I mean by that is we've got a jet stream that's going right through the country. And whenever we have a jet stream that goes right through the country, we get storm systems that follow that jet, that get carried along with that. So we have storm after storm after storm as long as that pattern holds. And it looks to hold this week. So our next system that we're going to be dealing with is coming out of the west. We've got a pretty nice day tomorrow. It'll still be, on the cooler side of average, but we're getting close to it. We're going to have some warmer spots tomorrow, especially further inland. But we're going to stay dry for most of the day. Clouds are going to increase as we get in the latter half of the day. And here comes our next storm system. You can see area of low pressure taking shape in the plains once again. This one's a little bit further south than the one we dealt with this weekend. So I think that's going to keep the severe threat out of here. It looks like a pretty decent rainmaker as of right now. So you notice some of the showers perhaps getting in here late Monday evening. That's tomorrow evening. And then as we get on into Monday night and Tuesday, that's when we'll see a warm front come through. May have some thunder with that. Bottom line, it looks like some heavier rain more than likely, and that would be Monday night and a Tuesday morning. So that Tuesday morning rush hour looks pretty soggy at this point. And then throughout the day Tuesday, we kind of fall in between the warm front where the cold front is down to our south. So you notice the rainfall continues into the day Tuesday before that system's quickly out of here. It'll be out of here pretty quickly. A cold north wind after that will bring that air off the lake. So we'll have a very quick lake cooling sometime late Tuesday evening, where temperatures will go probably from 60 into the 40s along the lakeshore. We'll have to keep an eye on that. That's just an early heads up. But that system's in and out of here pretty quickly. In terms of precip, there's going to be quite a bit of rain from this. And I know we have some, soggy ground from the rain that we just got. But in terms of rain, I'm thinking anywhere from 1 to 2 inches possible with this next one. And you'll see why. You can see how that really sets up over northern Illinois and northwest Indiana. You can see 1 to 2 inches of rain being depicted by this model. I would say 1 to 2 is probably a good bet with this, especially if that warm front lines up right on us. We'll likely have ongoing rain that continues. So we do have a heavy rain threat on Tuesday. That would be Monday night through the Tuesday timeframe. We'll have to watch. Looks like a soggy day around here on Tuesday. Beyond that, though, we're going to turn towards a little bit of drying midweek once again. There goes that system as we look at the Euro model. Notice how we dry out as we get into Wednesday. Not a bad day on Wednesday. It will be cooler, as I mentioned. But then Thursday, we start to regroup. Yet another system coming right on the heels of that. This one will likely produce some severe weather in the plain states. For us, it doesn't look like a severe weather maker with this one either. We'll have to keep an eye on it. We may have some decent storms around here sometime Thursday night when this thing's moving into Friday morning. But you can see how the rain kind of moves in. Low pressure just kind of floats through the area. So Friday looking pretty soggy. Again, doesn't look like a big severe setup to me, the Thursday, Friday. But you always have to keep an eye on these spring storm systems. That system will linger into Friday. Hopefully we can get it out for the weekend. A lot of models tending to kind of cut off this low and keep it around for the weekend, at least Saturday. So we'll keep scattered showers in the forecast for early Saturday just to be safe. As of right now, it looks like everything clears out for Sunday. And then next week, after all that moves through, most indication is there's going to be some kind of storm system off to the west, which I'd expect. That's next, right? But this thing will be a little bit further north. That would drag some warm air in here. And by warm, I mean we may be talking hot around here. Some of the models have kind of flipped on this, and they started showing signals of this today. And this would be late next weekend. I know we're talking a week from now, but boy, these week-long forecasts, if you remember last week, we were talking about the severe weather threat yesterday. So we can pick up on trends like this. So it does look like some kind of big warm-ups in store for next weekend on into the following week, if that makes sense. I always get my week screwed up when I'm trying to talk about it. But this would be a decent warm-up. So how warm are we talking? Let's get to that, and then we'll answer your questions and get you on your way here tonight. But in terms of warmer temperatures, some of these numbers are impressive. So let's take you through your highs this week. In terms of high temperatures today, it was a little bit on the cooler side, right? Tomorrow, we're going to bounce back a bit. We'll likely have 60s south, 50s in our northern counties, but pleasant. I mean, that's a nice spring day. 60s, I don't think there's a lot of complaints about that, especially if you get in the sunshine, it feels a little warmer. Tuesday, remember, we have a washout on Tuesday. We're going to have rain, showers, maybe some rumbles of thunder around. There's going to be, depending on where that warm front lines up, there's going to be a really sharp line between where we're warm and in the 60s and 70s and where we've got the wind off the lake on the northern side of that front. As of right now, you can see the Euro model keeping that line right through Porter and Lake County. So this is Tuesday. We may have high temperatures in Lake County that don't get out of the 50s. Meanwhile, miles to the south and the east, in Porter County, LaPorte County, down towards Newton Jasper, we could be in the 70s. So there's going to be a wide discrepancy between temperatures on Tuesday that comes with that rain as well. And all of that is indicative of wind direction. So if you're north of the front, the wind will be off the lake. It's a much colder wind, right? If you're south of that front, you've got the warmer air coming in with it. We all turn cool Tuesday night into Wednesday. Here are your Wednesday highs. Notice how the shadow of Lake Michigan's over us. We've got 40s and 50s near the lakeshore, 60s inland. So Wednesday does look cool behind that cold front. But then the warm-up starts. Watch this. Thursday, perhaps we're in the 60s, maybe near 70 degrees. There's a cold pool with the rain off towards our west. We'll have to keep an eye on that. But as of right now, Thursday looks mild. And then Friday, the system comes in. We've got temps in the 60s, depending on where that low goes, but still seasonable, right? The cooler air wraps in here for Saturday. Not bad, though, but look what's happening out towards the plains. Big warm-up occurring out there, and that warm-up looks to translate east on all the models. As of right now, that would put us in the 70s next Sunday or near 70. But then as we start next week, watch this. Big warm-up, mid to upper 70s perhaps next Monday. Not tomorrow, but the week after that. And then here you go. This is the warm day. Maybe low to mid 80s on Tuesday. That would be May 10th. And watch how that kind of sticks around as we go on into Wednesday. Well, I guess we can't see it that far, but we'd have lows Wednesday night in the 70s. So very spring-like air mass. This would bring highs next Tuesday, perhaps in the upper 80s. It's showing near 90 degrees in spots, says the Euro. The GFS says not so fast on that. It has it a little bit sooner than that. This is what the GFS says for the exact same day. You notice the warmth out towards the east. That means it just passed us. So that would be here on Monday, the GFS saying mid 80s around here. And again, this is next Monday, not tomorrow Monday, but the following Monday after that. So certainly some warmer air in sight around here. I think the biggest thing that we need to talk about near term is going to be the rain that we have this week, especially arriving late tomorrow, and then tomorrow night and Tuesday. We're likely to have some pretty decent downpours around here, but I'm not seeing anything severe. That's the good news, okay? All right, so let's get to your questions. I want to say hi to everyone that's joined us here this evening. Hi, Carl. Hi, Kim. Hi, Beverly. Hey, brother weatherman, says Greg. Hi, Greg. Hi, Stephanie, Deshaun, Mark, Jennifer, Ann, Jeff, Rhonda, Cassandra. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed your weekend. I hope it was nice and relaxing outside of the thunder that we had. For sure. So here we go. Susan says hi from Portage, Indiana. Mark says, when can my truck stay clean for one day? That's funny. Probably October would be probably, to be honest with you, for sure. Dawn, hi. Hi from Mike and April. Love all you do in the region. Thank you so much. Oh, that's so nice of you. I appreciate your comment there, Dawn, for sure. And Mike and April. I'm not sure how the username works. A lot of people, their usernames don't match. That's okay. Oh, Mark had a lot of fun last night. Mark, you just missed some showers and thunderstorms. We didn't have anything severe. We had some gusty winds, but that's the good news is we didn't have anything severe yesterday, so we kept it that way. Yeah, Gabrina, yeah, we're going to be dealing with some higher grass as we get into Mother's Day. Mother's Day does look good right now, though, on all the models, so that's good. I know a lot of folks taking their mothers out for lunch. That's a big lunch and, brunch day at the restaurants. I know they stay busy, so it looks okay as of right now, and it doesn't look like it's going to snow or anything like that. We've had that before. Hi there, Mary. Good to talk to you here tonight. Mike asks a good question. Let's see. I was wondering about something I heard yesterday. A meteorologist I was listening to on Channel 9 said that Lake Michigan was squashing the line of storms as it approached us, making them less severe. How does the lake do that? How does this affect the severity of storms? That's a great question, Mike. So if you think about it, out over Lake Michigan, it's cold lake water, right? So the air over the lake, let's picture the lake being right here. There's a dome of colder air out over the lake. It's a different environment, right? So lake water temperatures, 40s, 50s in spots, but mainly 40s. And you get that 40-degree air mass around it. So it forms a dome of air around it that's cooler, kind of like if you had, an igloo cooler and you filled it up with ice, you would have a cooler core of air around it. So that's what the lake is this time of year. It's cooler than the atmosphere usually around it, right? That's why we have a lake breeze. So that cold air, if you know your air types, cold air is heavy and dense. Warm air is lighter than cold air. That's why warm air rises, cold air sinks. And so that's heavy, dense air here that you're dealing with up above Lake Michigan. So if you have a storm coming in, storms usually don't care about if something's in the way, like a city or something like that. So people think, tornado can't hit Chicago because the big buildings will stop it. That's not the case. These storm structures are so much bigger than our little cities that we have. But that being said, storm structures aren't that much bigger than the dome of cold air out over the lake. So as this storm comes in, it's used to the warmer air rising up and the cycling of updrafts and downdrafts. As it gets into that cold air, sometimes that cold air kind of gets wrapped into the system, and it can help to fizzle it out this time of year. To that same degree, though, you can get some decent instability if you get some heating above that. You get some warm air underneath. That cold air can actually serve as a stabilizing effect this time of year. But in the fall time, it can serve just as the opposite, where it's warmer. So you tend to get more rising air out over the lake, and you can tend to get, things like lake effect rain or lake effect snow, where you have that rising air where you normally wouldn't. So great question for sure. But this time of year, it doesn't always tame storms. Sometimes the storm system itself is just too strong and doesn't care about that dome of cold air. But a lot of times, you will see those big storms that are heading out over the lake become just kind of a rainy storm versus a severe storm for sure. The other thing the lake breeze does the other thing the cold lake does is forms the lake breeze. And that's exactly that. You've got the cold air out over the lake. That cold air is heavy and dense. As the land starts to heat up, that air rises. It has to be replaced so that cold, dense air spreads out and comes inland. So that's why we have the lake breeze, where it's colder near the lake this time of year as well. And that happens a lot for sure. So yeah, a couple of you commenting on that as well for sure. So JW, I like your comment. Let's see. Deshaun asking, when are we doing another Region Weather Stars contest? Deshaun, probably not anytime soon. I do have a couple other things up my sleeve, but I'm not planning on a stars contest any soon. You guys don't ever have to send stars. It's something that Facebook does. I do so much appreciate, though. I don't want you to ever think that I don't appreciate it or see it or take it for granted. But all those of you that have donated the stars that Facebook does, I am so thankful to you. And contest wise, maybe we'll have something down the road, but I've got some other things first. I've got a whole calendar of events that we're going to go through. It's really exciting for sure. Hi, Matt. Nice to join you here tonight. Maxwell Peaks the sun. Yeah, I think we'll see perhaps some sunshine tomorrow, and then hopefully again on Wednesday. It's going to be a little bit cooler both those days for sure. Ruth, you got your package. That's good. That's awesome. Yeah, Ruth needed a new size, so because we're not a big business here, it's just me and my house. We had to take care of that a little bit. I don't know what the word is. Not traditionally, because I don't have shipping people and stuff like that. But Ruth, I'm glad you got it for sure, and I hope you like the t-shirts as well. Mike, another question from Mike. That's okay, Mike. You've got good questions. Does the sun going down really have that big of an effect on storms? Because it was 10 o'clock last night, and those storms came through Portage being pretty feisty. Yeah. No, it really doesn't. Things tend to lag in terms of the heating, right? So our sun is at its highest angle in June, but we get the hottest temperatures in August, right? Everything kind of lags behind. Same can be said for the daytime. The sun is at its highest angle at noon usually, but we get our hottest temperatures in the afternoon. That being said, just because the sun goes down, we've still got enough instability usually, or some other kind of forcing to create those storms and to continue those storms ongoing. In yesterday's case, we had a potent cold front coming in, so it didn't really matter if we had the sun out. We were still going to keep those storms going because there was enough cold air coming into that warm air causing it to rise, right? So we had enough ability for that air to rise and keep those storms going yesterday, where we really didn't need the sun's help. We needed the sun's help to get them going, and that sun's help provided, atmospheric energy to get them to the strong part. But in terms of them continuing throughout the evening hours, the sun really didn't matter in terms of that. So great question. I hope that helps. All right. So in recap, guys, this week, what we're going to be dealing with is a pretty rainy one. We've got this rain that's going to come through late tomorrow, probably tomorrow evening, and then especially tomorrow night and Tuesday. It looks pretty soggy at this point. What you're seeing on loop here, that is how much rainfall we're projecting here over the course of the next 3 days. So 1 to 2 inches of rain, likely most of that falling on Tuesday. Wednesday will dry out. Thursday, we bring in another system from the west. That will bring some rain in here Friday. It may linger into Saturday for the weekend. And then things look good for Mother's Day as of now. And then beyond Mother's Day, the Monday and Tuesday beyond that, as of right now, look pretty warm around here, if not hot. We'll keep an eye on those temps, but all indication is we're headed to the 80s. And that could come with a little humidity as well. So welcome to summer, right? All of a sudden. But until then, we've got a very spring-like week. Temperatures will be generally in the 60s. We've got some temperature disparities depending on where you are with the lake. Wednesday will be our coolest day as it looks right now. Okay. So that's what we're dealing with tonight. That's what we're dealing with this week. Again, I hope these are for you. I hope these help kind of plan out your week, plan out why you're seeing things on your apps. And why it's saying rain on a certain day and why that might change, based on the timing of these storms. And more importantly, I just hope it gives you a better understanding of meteorology as a whole, because it is a fun science. And I know we have a lot of weather geeks just like me in Region Weather, and I love that about you guys. Okay. All right. Have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful start to your work week. We'll have updates as we go throughout the week, as always. And we'll talk to you again, barring no severe weather, which I don't see, come Wednesday night on our Wednesday night edition of Region Weather Live. Okay. All right. Thanks again, everybody.